talking about grief, and we're in the series. So, how do you help a loved one, family friend, relative? How do you help them through the grieving process, even though you may also be grieving? That's what we're going to talk about. So, join me and share a friend, like and subscribe. Welcome back to Lana's Little Things with me, Dr. Lana, specialist gerontologist. Where we talk about all things living agelessly, bridging generational gaps, family caregiving, entrepreneurship, and life itself. And yes, we are still on the topic of grief because it's as I said from before, personal, as well as there've been so many in the last 3 months. So many persons have come up either in the office or in just in general, or you just see persons around, and everyone seems to be talking about someone who's passed, a friend, a close, a close friend, or a relative who's died, and how they're managing and how they're coping, or how the family's coping, or who they're concerned about. And as universal as death is, as universal as grief is, it's the topic that nobody seems to want to talk about. They all seem to think, many persons shy away from talking about grief. And we don't want to do that because it prolongs the grieving process. It really does. But while there's no list for what is right and what is wrong to do in the grieving process. I mean, you go by your instinct, but not everyone knows how to comfort. That is true. Not everyone, you may not know what to say. You may inevitably say something that you meant well intentioned but came across in a different way to the person you're trying to comfort. So let's talk about a few keys on helping somebody who's grieving. But I wanted to focus on one topic in particular, and that is something that many people tend not to consider. So let's go into it. What's the first thing you can do? Don't, again, we said, don't keep quiet about it. Don't let your fear about saying the wrong thing stop you from actually saying something, or calling, or messaging. Something as simple as, I heard your mom or your dad or your cousin or whoever died. I'm so sorry to hear. I wish you comfort. Something as simple as that. In a message, if you don't feel you can physically call them, that will suffice. So that tells them, one, that the person they love matters. Two, that they matter to you enough. They matter, and their feelings matter, and you care about them. And so it really is a way of demonstrating your friendship, demonstrating your care for them and love for them. So don't be afraid to reach out. Some person like, remember, just no, I don't know how to do this. Who knows how to do death or do grief? It's a part of life, but it's not natural. So it does bring a lot of discomfort and disruption. Again, if you can call and verbalize and say, how are you doing? Just checking in. I'm so sorry to hear. How are you feel? How are you feeling? Might seem like a really silly question, but I mean, just how are you feeling? It's normal conversation. Something devastating has happened. Ask them how they're feeling. They will appreciate it. It's not a wrong thing to say. It's always the thought that counts. Yes, it is thought that counts. So please reach out. Another thing you can do, so I'll put it in a list, but you can enumerate it. So the second thing you can do is let them know that you are here for them. You're there to listen. You're not there to make them talk because not everybody's a talker. We've talked about in some other videos about persons' reactions to grief. Some people prefer not to say anything. Some prefer to write their feelings down. Some want to just talk about the event over as it helps them to release their own feelings. And some just want to talk about their loved one. Again, that may feel awkward. Let them speak about. Just let them know I'm here. I'm here to listen. I'm here to listen when you call. But let them know I'm here. Check in once a week, once every 2 weeks, however is comfortable. what you think is comfortable for you, what you think you can do, but you assure them that you are there. You are a shoulder. Now, it can come across as disingenuous if this is somebody with whom you don't really have a good relationship or speaking relationship with, someone with whom you can say the friendship has petered out. You wouldn't exactly. This might not be the right time to say I'm a shoulder for you to cry on because that would may come across as disingenuous. So if you think if that's been the case, and it trust me, this is reality we're talking, then it is quite acceptable just to say I'm truly sorry for your loss. I um and I feel and my sympathies to your family. Anything over that, and we'll put a little question mark in the person's mind. How have you know turned out? So we don't want to create any more rancor and disruption than the person's already feeling. And if we're within the family unit and it's one relative is closer, the relationship is type closer than the other. Let's say it's immediate family, and then you may be the cousin or the step eh, relationship, but you have a good relationship with them. We're all grieving together, but some may be just feeling it differently. So reach out and let that other relative know, you know what, I'm here. Let's pray together. Let's talk about our loved one together. Just let them know we're a shoulder, a genuine shoulder, a close shoulder to cry on, to lean on. Lean on me. I mean, it's a little corny, but you just need something outside the box of grief just for a minute. And we want to be sure that we can do it in a way that brings comfort. Again, we've spoken about persons grieving for different times at different lengths in different ways. Give grace to the space, and that's all I'm going to say about that. Everyone is going to have their grieving process. It may not be your grieving process, but it's their grieving process. And it ought to be acknowledged and not dismissed. Like, it's so long now, or, you're crying so much, you're going to upset yourself too much. Please don't say that. It's dismissive. So understand and give grace for the space. For the grieving process that is different from in every person. Because they had a different relationship that you may not have had. Or a kind of relationship that you may not have even been aware of. So just, we're all different. We're all here in this together. So right, that's 3. 4, offer to help in practical ways. Now this, some do really well, and some are better at this. I said better, but this is some people's real go-to. They come, you come in and you say, they just start. I'm here, but I'm coming to help you clean the kitchen. I'm gonna cook for you, or call and say I have food, or I'm going for some lunch. Would you like some? Let them say no. You never know. They might just have been waiting for, might be hungry, don't know what to cook, don't feel to cook, don't feel to eat, don't feel to drink, don't feel to get out of bed. You're there. Your presence is there. Your presence or the knowledge that you might be coming around is might be just what they need at the right time. So offer your help. Do you need I'm coming to do you need help with groceries? Is today grocery day? When is your grocery day? When is your shopping day? What's your list? Give me your list. Tell me what you need. Or I have a little bit of fruit. I'm gonna bring you a basket. Kind little things like that. Add someone bring me a small container of fruit and one flower. And I'm like, that is the thought that went into that fruit and a flower for grieving. Uh huh. Because it says, I thought of you. Your grief matters to me. I care. I'm here. So simple. There's nothing extravagant about it. It's just a matter of presence and reassurance that we all need at a time of incredible, unprocessable loss. And the 5th one, And this is the one I really want to focus on in these minutes, in this time we have. Support after the funeral. So you may not be in the funeral preparing or preparation process or getting all the pamphlets together, deciding what to do, what the person's wishes are. Those are private. Those might not be, even if you're family, that might not be um, what you're involved with. But you know what happens after the funeral, after everything's finished, after the if people gather after and they talk and they're sitting with you, you know what happens after? There's a house of silence, and the loved one is left at home with one other relative or maybe alone to grieve after everyone has left. So for some people that might be a little relief, they need a little rest. But everybody seems to just disappear. Okay, we did it. We did the funeral. We called you. We checked. It's all done. You should be done by now. It's all good. Leave it to God. That's your, belief. That's a lot of what we say in the Caribbean for sure. But you know what? That is precisely when the person needs someone more, maybe even more than before. So what happens after the funeral? Please don't disappear. Don't just say, "Well, catch you. I'll give you a call." Like when? The following year? So this is what we want to just focus on just for a little bit. Provide ongoing support. This is a long haul. Grief is a process. I know aging is a process. You may hear me say that word process. And say, does she have no other words? No, it's just a process. It is a way of something is happening that the human body has to deal with. Your biology, your emotions, your practical things, the day to day living, all of that has changed. And it takes time, it's a process, it's not a switch on, switch off. So continue your support. Again, stay in touch. Periodically call every day. Periodically check in. Did you eat? How are you sleeping? How's everybody else? Um, do you need fruit? Again, do you need fruit? Do you need? I'm bringing you lunch. I'm gonna take you for a drive. Do you want to go? Give them a chance to say yes or no. True, but let them know you're there, even if it's once every 2 weeks, once a month, something. The initial shock is off. Your support is even more because the process continues. Don't assume that because they look okay, they are okay. Many people are very, very, I won't say good, but they prefer to camouflage. They prefer to hide their grief. They prefer not to let others see them grieving. Maybe because it's an awkward feeling, and then obviously you've never had it before, and so don't go by outward appearances and say, "Oh, they're okay. Does it look good? You're holding up." That actually might be more pressure because now I must hold up, even if I'm crumbling at night or whenever I remember the event. Grief does not have a seal of healing. They're wounds that it's like a light wound that a trigger can break and it bleeds again. So be sensitive to the fact that things are never going to be the same. You don't get over it and be done. Um, the intensity may be there, but the sadness is can be prolonged and for a while. So if you think they may need help, we've spoken about that. Talk therapy might be something that may be needed, but we're not talking about the extreme. We're talking about the day to day, month to month assistance after the funeral. One last point, and to this being there for the long haul, is remembering that in the years to come, special dates, anniversary dates, for some who celebrate birthdays, the date of the death, the day of a time. What's the word I want to use? Um, a milestone that they may have had. So they graduated on this day, or they they got married on this particular day. Those things you can ask them, or you may know them if you're a relative or a friend, close. You might know them, so you may want to call and say, "Well, how are you doing today?" Because that memory, it tells them again. You matter, your grief mattered, your loved one mattered, both to you and to me as well. And I am here. Now I want to be here. I'm here in the ether. I am here with you. So let us be here for each other. There's no right or there's no right or wrong. Go with your instinct. Instinct will tell you, kind of tell you. And if you think, you can always look it up. What not to say, or what might not be appropriate. But generally speaking, knowing you're there to support them, knowing you're there to help them through a tough time is basically the comfort that their grieving heart needs. So from my heart to yours, you're grieving this week. This has been a time of grief, personally and for a lot of persons. And let's all link hands, link hearts, and support each other. Good morning, good evening, good night. I trust it's been helpful if to you and you think someone else might hear this. Share it, it helps other persons to reach this information, to reach them to contact to reach this information, and for them to see something else that might help them in their grieving process or other process of aging or family caregiving. So again, take care. My heart is with you. Have a good morning, evening, or night. Dr. Nat.